Well, we've got two of them now that are too tight to remove, that one and that one. I'm going to try and take the plastics off of it and see if I could apply some heat. This one is all rounded out inside also. That's going to be no fun to get to. Let's see what I can do with a larger set of vice grips. No luck. Well, it's turned into a bit of a project. I wound up breaking off that top cover. Actually, I cut it off. I'm hoping to expose the screw enough in its threaded shank that I can get some Kroil and some heat on it. I'll give that a few minutes to sit. This one over here is not looking any better. If I break this front section, it's not a big deal. That's the clutch housing. If I break this ear off here, that's the engine case. So I'm trying to take my time and not have this turn into a big project. Starting to make some progress. I'm just pushing until I feel the threads start to hang up, and then I'm tightening again. When they're bad like this, you have to keep clearing the threads because they're piling up rust, and that's what will eventually lead this to, if it starts to rotate freely, it'll hang up, and then if I force it, it'll snap it off. So if I rock back and forth like this and apply more Kroil, this one should play nicely and free itself up. Okay. That one is freed up. rocking the tool backwards to clear the threads occasionally. And that is ready to use again. Alright, another round of smacking that with a drift, applying heat from the torch, and some Kroil right afterwards. See if I can get it to move now. It's actually flexing the metal, so it's not looking good. Well, it was an absolute failure. It was just too corroded inside that aluminum, and eventually the rocking just sheared off that section of the bolt. I've removed the engine assembly from the drive shaft, scraped all the corrosion out of the hole, and to start the drilling process I need to center punch this. I'll start with a brand new bit in 1/16 diameter. It's going to take a while. Making some progress. That's the drill bit right there. And it broke right as it went through. So I'll drive that out, see if I'm centered, and step up in size of bit. It actually looks like it's very centered. Not bad for freehand drilling. I'll step up in drill size now to 3/32. It's going to want to hang up the tip of that drill bit for a moment, so I need to compensate for that. You have to find that magic slow speed that creates chips, otherwise you burn up your drill bit tips. We'll go 1/8 inch next. And again, it's going to want to bite in and hang up. So just really light pressure so it can spin and barely touch. That bit is a little too dull, but it's a double-sided bit, or double-ended. So I'll try the other side first. These double-ended bits are really hard and tough, so I'm taking advantage of that right now. This is where reverse bits can come in handy. I don't think they would work here, but once you start putting the load and heat in what's remaining of the bolt or the screw, a reverse bit will sometimes spin it right out because you're putting so much pressure in. So here's a reverse twist drill bit. We'll see what that does. That's probably about as far as I can take it. Would have been nice to have it unthread itself. This is a 5mm by 0.8 thread pitch tap, and I just want to see how that's going to fit in there. See if I can rethread that engine case now. Feels like it's going to work. The taps are stamped for their size as well as the drill bit size needed in order to have good thread depth, and that is the same size 11/64 that I used as my final drill. So if I take my time here, this should thread nicely again. I'll keep adding Croyle to it as I go. Typically you go 1/4 to 1/2 a turn once you get going, and then you back up, clear your threads, go again. Kind of have to go by feel. Clear those out. Alright, the tap is through. As it came through the other side, I used compressed air and blew all the chips out of the threads of the tool. So now it should spin nicely right back out again by hand. Feels good. It's going to work fine. The amount of time I've wasted on this little repair is why I take so much time to try and free up stuck fasteners. Once you break them off, it's a whole nother ball game. Still a little tight in here. See how it is now. There we go. And I'll test a screw in it next. That's going to work great. The other option would have been to drill it slightly oversized to spec for a helicoil and put a helicoil in it. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you out.